Hey guys, in today's activity, I want you to be able to explore some area and perimeter. I want you to think of different shapes that may have the same perimeter but look differently. So I'm going to show you some examples. And then I want you to think of some shapes that might have the same area but different pictures as well, okay? So I'm going to take this website and you get to try it yourself, and we're going to do some screenshots or I'll show you how to save it. And I'm going to build a random shape, and as you can see in the picture, it does the perimeter for you. Each side is 1 square unit, okay? And then when I put them together, it changes it up here and it shows you that your perimeter is 6 because it is 2 units on this side, 2 units on this side, and 1 unit on each one side. So 2 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1 equals 6. Okay, so I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. I don't want it to be too easy because, you know, y'all need a challenge. You're super smart. So I love this website because, like I said, it shows you that you can do unique shapes. This reminds me of a Tetris picture. But I see that my perimeter is 12 units. I want to think of another shape I can make that is also 12 units. So I'm going to use a different color. And like I said, it adds up the perimeter for you. And that's 8. And that's 10. So I'm starting to see a pattern. And that's 12. Okay, so you can see that these are completely different shapes, but they have the same perimeter. Now you can also look and see that they don't have the same area. This one has 6 square units, so you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You may have learned in 3rd grade that you can multiply length times width, but as a 4th grader, you're going to start to see that sometimes you can't just do length times width. Now, what I could do is I could take the area of this one and I could separate the pieces together. And I know that this one could be 1 times 4, and 1 times 4 makes this section. But I could also do this one, which is 1 times 2, which is 2. And if I put my 4 and my 2 together, I still get 6. Okay? So I can separate them into separate rectangles. Now this one's kind of the same thing, okay? This is the odd man out. I can't do length times width in this one. But if I move this guy over, these are equal sides, and I could do 3 times 2, which equals 6, and I could see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces. And this one is 1 by 1, which is 1. And this area plus this area, 6 plus 1, equals 7. If you see up here, my area is 7 square units, okay? So we found two shapes that have the same perimeter. Now I want to challenge myself and I want to try finding 2 shapes that have the same area but look different, okay? So I think of my multiples. Let's try the number 12, okay? So I'm going to find an area of 12. Well, I know that, let me go ahead and clear this. I know that 3 times 4 equals 12. And I know that 2 times 6 equals 12, okay? So I can build, just like our area models in multiplication, I can build a 2 times 6 shape. I wish I could drag these over faster. That's okay though. Oops. Alright, so keep going. I'm looking for my area to be 12. So I'm at 10 right now. Okay, so I have an area of 12. I know that 6 rows of 2 equals 12. I can also see, I can count my square units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I see that there's 12. As we talked about, I can do other multiples or other factors of 12. So I could do 3 rows of 4. And we did something very similar to this when we were learning about factors. And look at the perimeter of that. Isn't that crazy? Okay, so I'm going to do 3 rows of 4. And I can see 2 different shapes. This one has an area of 12 because it has 4 rows of 3, and I can count my 12 blocks. And this one has an area of 12, and I can see 2 rows of 6. So I think to myself, is there any other multiples that make 12? Alright, so then I think to myself, is there another way that I can make 12? Okay, so I tried fitting 12 this way, but it obviously, as you can see, doesn't fit. But I could move them going this way because there's enough room going this way to do 12. And you can see that 1 row of 12 also makes an area of 12. So I have 12 in the shape 6 times 2, 3 times 4, and then 1 row of 12, okay? Now I could do that in any order. I could turn it going horizontally or vertically. I could, different things. But I have 1 times 12, 2 times 6, and 3 times 4, which all equal the same area of 12, okay? So just as a review, different shapes can make the same perimeter. Different shapes can also make the same area. So I want you to challenge yourself to try doing the same thing. You can screenshot your work and post it into our discussion board or onto Google Classroom by using the snipping tool. Or you can screenshot it and add it to the discussion board, or you can have your parents just take a picture of it and email it to us, okay? Thank you for all your hard work.